Okay, so I've already shown you guys a video of how to use the compressor on the board, but I haven't shown you specifically like how to apply it to specific instruments. So the main things you're going to use it on are your vocals and probably your kick drum, maybe your bass if you want to. You could probably do it similarly on your bass how you would do it on your kick drum. So I'm going to show you those two ways on how to compress. So let's look at a vocal first. I've got the EQ and everything set the way that I had it set in the first video. So I am going to turn the mic on, turn the compressor off. So right now I do have no compression on my voice, which means that as I get louder, the level's going to raise, and you're going to hear all the dynamics of my voice without them being controlled. So if I talk super quiet, you're going to hear it super quiet. If I talk super loud, you're going to hear it really loud, and it changes the level in the room. So putting a compressor on it will help you to keep that controlled. So if you remember from the actual compressor video, what a compressor does is once it passes a certain threshold, it pushes the level back down by whatever ratio you set it to, so it keeps things equal. So I'm going to turn the compressor on. So now that I have the compressor on, I'm going to go a little bit closer. Well, I'm going to show you what I did first. So what I did is I set it to about 3.2, and I set it to negative 27 dB on the threshold. So what this means is that when it's coming in here, I talked about the different dB levels, so I've got it on this channel right now. So when it's coming in past negative 27 dB, which is pretty loud for a voice, it's pretty normal level, I guess, for a voice. Once it gets past that, it's going to push it back down so that it stays around that level. So this is just like if I started singing super loud, if I started just speaking loud, whatever. You can guess that we have a compressor on Pastor's voice and on our guest speaker's voice, because if they ever want to get loud, if they ever get excited, as they should, then they're going to get naturally louder. But we don't want that to blow everyone's ears off. So we've got this set this way right now, and I'll show you the gain and release stuff afterwards, but I'm going to show you just the basic concept of this. So I've got the mic back on now with the compressor, so I'm going to walk towards the speakers. So I'm about centered now, so you should be able to hear me pretty good. So now if I start talking louder, it's going to stay at the same, pretty much same level, and if I go back down to a normal speaking voice, it's going to stay at the same level. So if I go up, then it's pushing it back down. And if I stay level, then it's not doing anything to it. So this is if you start singing super loud, if somebody's getting into a higher, a bridge part of the song where everyone is singing louder, everyone's playing louder, then this keeps it at a certain level where it's not blowing everybody's ears off, like I said. And same with the speaker. You want to put a compressor on someone speaking's voice. Even though like the host mic, you probably would want to put a compressor on it, because in doing that, you're going to allow them to change and be dynamic in their voice, so they don't have to be monotone. You're going to allow them to have those changes and those dynamics, but they're going to be controlled, so they're not crazy. So, walking back, turn this mic off now. So walking back to the board, you're going to see the rest of what we did here is I've got the gain here. So this is not exactly the same as the gain that we have on the individual channels. So this is actually going to be your makeup gain. And I think I specified that in the compression video, but this is your makeup gain, which basically means that after you pass things through a compressor, you set it to a makeup gain so that the level, the actual level of it doesn't change. So I'm going to turn this mic back on. So check, this is with the compressor, this is without a compressor. So that's about the same level at the bass. There's not really any difference. So if I turn this gain back down on the compressor, so this is on with the gain down. You can hear, you may not be able to hear it through the phone, but you can hear that it's a little lower, and it's a little bit louder when I turn the compression back off. So going back down, turning it up to about 3 or 4, where it was. Now we've got it at the same level that we had it whenever we had the compressor off. So this keeps, like I said, the purpose of all of this is to keep it equalized. Sorry for going back and forth between the mic. I hope you can hear the things I'm saying, but it just helps you, it practically shows you the difference between using the compressor and not using the compressor. So also really quick with the attack and the release. So this is pretty standard, attack and release. So you want the attack to be really fast. So I've got it to like 0.6 milliseconds, super fast. You want the attack to be fast because you want it to immediately act on the voice. So the attack is like how quickly it's responding, so how quickly it's acting. The release is how it's letting go. So if the release is slow, if the release is super fast, then it's going to like immediately let go of that compression, and it's probably gonna sound kind of weird, and it's gonna have a weird like tail when someone's done talking. But with the release higher, then it like gradually releases the compression, so it doesn't sound harsh whenever someone's done talking or singing or what have you. So this is kind of just a basic setting of how I would set a compressor for a vocal. You can have a look at that really quick. So hopefully that helps you. This is one thing that's pretty common, so you can make some tweaks, but if you start with something like this is a really good place to start with compressing your vocalists.